Hey, Happy New Year, everybody, and happy day one. The Job Guys here for the first show of 2022, and it is day one. The review right here. That is Nick. This is Ryan. And here we go, Nick. But wow, huge news right out of the gate, and it's not good. Roman had missed a few shows. You know, COVID had been running through, apparently, through the company. Some guys were held off shows recently. We figured that was maybe the case with Roman, why he wasn't on TV and why he wasn't at these house shows. Well, turns out he tested positive for COVID today. So this big, great angle they've been running since SummerSlam, Brock against Roman for the title, with where's Paul Heyman going to be? Nothing, man. It didn't happen. Just massive disappointment. And Nick, this is a show you and I have been talking about here since we heard about it. We thought there was going to be some major things happening with Roman and Brock. Maybe The Rock. Who knows? And we didn't get it.
No. 2 hours before your kickoff, your quarterback comes up with your star quarterback comes up with COVID, right?
Yeah.
The gift that just keeps giving.
Yeah.
And because we've talked before, you don't have dudes. You don't have a ton of stars. So there's not other people you can just pull in and let go. I guess they did the best they could. But,
right.
Man, what a bummer. You're right. Me and you had told me Khan said this was his baby, his child, wasn't it?
Yeah, he wanted this to be bigger than the Rumble. He wanted this to be massive.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah. I don't know what I mean, but I don't know. Oh, what a horrible wrench, man, to be a monkey and wrench and thrown into this, man.
And it's not their fault, you know,
no,
but still.
No, it just like I said, COVID, the gift that keeps giving. Even I hope he's fine. God, that's number one, first and foremost. You know, you hope Roman has a mild case.
Right.
All of us know he's battled other illnesses in his life, severe ones. So
yes.
Best wishes to him. Hope he gets over this very quickly and again, as soon as he was out to show you where the WWE product was, I was just like, what else is on? Is the Winter Classic still going?
Right.
Is Ohio State, Utah still on? I mean, as soon as he was out, I couldn't have had less interest in this pay-per-view.
Well, dude, I didn't even know what the other matches were. I knew the fatal four-way, which Brock Lesnar then gets moved into that. We'll talk about that. He's the new world champion, by the way. And then I knew the Becky match with Liv. I didn't know what else was on this, and there's a reason for that. It was not very good. You just said a minute ago that this was kind of like a crown jewel, like almost a glorified house show until the end. I had that written down, actually. I'm like, yes, we loved Crown Jewel this year. This was the exact opposite. This was a terrible pay-per-view. It was until the end. The last match was awesome. Didn't go long enough, though. But, man, let's look at the decision here, and let's start at the end. Awesome fatal five-way now. Brock Lesnar wins the WWE Championship. I did not see that coming at all. I thought Big E would probably lose. But you got this thing going with Roman. Why now is he on Raw and the Raw champion? Makes you wonder, did they just do that as like a goodwill thing to the people, 13,000 who bought tickets? Was that kind of like, hey, man, we didn't mean to screw you. We're going to give you something here tonight. Or is it they don't know how long Roman's going to be out? So they let's just move him over here. Well, what do you think, man?
Or was this the final encounter of Roman and Brock, and they were just like, screw it. We were going, do they have The Rock?
Right.
You know, were they saying, you know what? Okay, so we can't do this. Obviously, Brock was going to fight someone at WrestleMania.
Right.
Maybe not Roman. Maybe they just said, we don't have this match. We're not going to have enough time to do this match, being we don't know. We don't know, Ryan.
For those that hadn't heard, we've said this a few times, but our whole theory was, if you have The Rock, that day one was a double entendre. Yes, it is day one. It's January 1st, 2022. But also, The Usos, day one-ish. Their whole thing is day one, day one. Would something possibly happen here at the end of day one where the real head of the table, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, shows up at the end and maybe tries to set his cousin straight? We thought that maybe happened because of the day one name. Obviously, that didn't happen here.
No.
But I also thought, we don't know what the deal is. We don't know what was supposed to happen. So are they possibly, could they just give us the Brock Roman match on SmackDown? I mean, why not? Just give it to us.
We know this finish is no more than 4 hours old. I mean, they booked this finish. This was not the finish they had at 6 p.m. going into the show tonight.
You wouldn't think so.
He wasn't in this match. So
no.
Yeah, Ryan, sky's the limit on what I mean. I don't mean that, and it could be a negative. I don't know what they're gonna do at this point.
I'm absolutely shocked. Like I said, I thought maybe Lashley would win, or I thought Big E would probably lose here. Did not expect it to be Brock Lesnar.
And I didn't expect Big E to be the one to get pinned. I thought this would be a way that they're going to get the belt off of Big E. But this, to me, the way this, I can understand why some people are upset. It looks very Kofi-esque, where we're now closing the book on Big E. I mean, they're just saying this, I guess, didn't work. He's not going to ride into, unless he's going to chase Lesnar into WrestleMania now. But as you had said, when we went off air, it was Bobby Lashley giving the stares at Brock
over and
Lesnar.
over again. And over again.
Big E was, a third wheel in the backdrop of the camera.
Yeah, if you didn't see it, again, this match was awesome. It was like the shortest match of the night. It should have been longer. It was a car crash from the word go. High impact, going through the ring barrier, going through the table, everybody hitting their finishers. It was awesome. And then it ends after 8 minutes. Big E going for the big ending on Brock. Brock slips him. F5, 1, 2, 3. Match is over. He's the new world champ. But then you said it. Big E's just out of the picture. All the other guys were out of the picture. They kept showing Lashley staring back, right, standing down the aisle. So obviously, that's what I thought was going to be the Mania match. If you do have The Rock or Roman's going somewhere else, your Mania match is then finally Lashley against Lesnar. We've never seen it.
It's the last one. It's the last one we really. Maybe not we. We
haven't seen Big E against Lesnar either, but yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody was clamoring for that more than 6 months ago, because Big E just got, since Lashley got back, I mean, and Lesnar showed up. These two dudes, both jacked, both MMA guys, both power freaking houses that can lift, semi trucks,
they're both Braun. 45 years old and look like they're 25. They look great. I was not shocked I would not be shocked if this was the WrestleMania match. Yeah. This is a big time match. I think Brock Lesnar really only has one feud left in the WWE, and that's Bobby Lashley. Because he's fought pretty much everybody else, like you said, other than Big E. But right. Big E and Bobby Lashley, they're two kind of similar, like big powerhouse, throw you around guys. Yep.
If I've seen Bobby Lashley fight Brock, I don't want to then watch Big E fight Brock.
It'd feel it's close to the same thing, yeah.
Right? Yep. So, this and how Roman, man, what if he's a long hauler?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, did they do this just to give them something to go home? Hey, you guys paid $300 or whatever for these tickets. We're going to give you something, and then we're just going to put the belt back where it was. Or is Roman banged up here, and they don't know when he's coming back? I don't know.
We won't know.
Or how about this? I saw a lot of people saying, and whatever, they're just guessing. Your big-time New Year's resolution. Are we getting title for title now? That seems like that would be a kind of Like if they just found out today, I can't imagine they're going to change the direction of the company where they're going to go title for title on like 3 hours notice. You know what I mean? I don't think that would be the case.
It wouldn't be the first time, probably, though.
Yeah. It's more like 3 minutes notice. Yeah.
Santa's getting stunned on the other channel. Scrap it, man.
Yeah. Scrap the entire NWO Nitro. Just kill it. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Ryan, I didn't think about that until you just said that. This is your perfect unification match.
If you could do that at Mania.
If you want to scrap the belts, I mean, they kept all the other belts are on big name dudes. The best tag team on Raw, RK Bro, has the tag titles. The best tag team on SmackDown has their tag titles. The two biggest women in the industry have the straps on their waists. You know,
it's crazy.
Yeah, you said it. Maybe are we doing a unification at WrestleMania?
Again, though, I can't imagine
Me neither.
they did that like, screw it. Now we're just going to join the belts together. But who knows? So
unless Roman was supposed to win tonight and Brock was winning the Rumble or something and challenge, right. I don't know. Like I said, everything is up in the air.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, if they did just do this to, hey, man, let's give the people something because of the issue here, well, then somebody's going to have to beat Brock. And then if he goes back to the Roman feud, well, then that takes the juice off that. If somebody else beats, like if Big E or Lashley beats him and then he just goes back to Roman, well,
you can't. To me, this is over. I mean, I guess if you wanted to do it at SummerSlam, or this is over for now until WrestleMania.
Like at least.
Yeah, I can't see. You're right. You can't let someone else beat Brock and then Roman is the consolation prize.
Right.
I don't want to watch Roman fight Brock after Big E or Bobby already beat him.
Right. And if they do end up, they just are skipping this. And if it was supposed to be Brock and Roman at Mania, it's going to be title for title now.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. I did not see this coming at all. And again, I don't think they did either because Roman tested positive today. So,
right.
Anyway, wow, that's crazy, dude. Great finish to a bad pay-per-view. I really did like the match. I thought it was really good. And a surprise finish. So let's go back to the beginning.
Go ahead. Good short matches can be good, Ryan. We didn't have to go freaking 60 minutes and
40 or 30.
Yeah, it's got everybody talking. I mean, as much I hate to say, I mean, again, I'm not sticking up for this pay-per-view because as we go through here, you're going to hear me say just a match more than once. But I mean, people are talking now.
Well, and guess what? Nobody knows. Wanted more, Nick. I keep seeing it was too short. I wanted more. Leave them wanting more.
Yeah. Crazy.
All right, to the beginning. This is they open up with the Usos taking on the New Day for the 8,000th time, the feud that will never end. Usually, though, these matches are pretty good. I didn't think this was that good of a match. Like, it wasn't bad or anything.
It wasn't bad.
I just thought it was just, and it seemed slow to me, especially for these guys. You know, and they're the first match. They're supposed to get this thing going. I thought it was maybe the worst match I've ever seen from them. Not saying it for them. I thought it was the worst match I've seen them against each other. The crowd was into it, though, Nick, right from the get-go.
Yeah, and that was my thing. It was just a match. What more can they do, Ryan? You nailed it. We have seen these two tag teams fight for the better part of a decade.
Hell in a Cell, even everything.
And again, I'm hoping the New Day, the King thing is not working out with Xavier. And I'm not saying just Xavier. I don't think you can do this King thing anymore, Ryan.
It's old news, man.
It is. I'm a fan of the King of the Ring tournament back in the day, the original tournament. Everybody fought in one night. I thought it was awesome. Thought it elevated Brett. I thought it elevated Owen, Triple H, Stone Cold. I mean, almost all the first guys that did it, I think it's time to maybe let it become part of a lost era because this King gimmick, it's not working for Zelina. Well, I just can throw that out there right
Yeah.
now. It hasn't benefited either of them. Ready for the New Day to do something different, break up. There's nothing left to do with these two dudes together.
Yeah.
There really isn't. Just a match wasn't a bad match. Usos win. Bloodline stays strong.
Yep.
The right team won.
Yep.
I'll give you that. But other than that, it just wasn't a whole lot there to care about. We had seen it a million times, and let's do something with the New Day. Something new.
And they tried here with the King thing, but all it really is them doing the same exact stuff they've always done, goofing around and whatnot.
In British accent.
But except he has a giant crown on his head. That's it's like he's got a bird nest on his head, man. I mean, it's exactly, they're just being goofballs as they always are, which whatever. I'm just, again, we're beating a dead horse here, but we've been calling for Kofi to turn heel for years, and I'd still like to see it. Okay, next match. Madcap Moss against Drew McIntyre. I didn't even know this match was happening. I had no clue this was happening. They come out, they're doing their dad joke gimmick thing, which is supposed to be bad, but this is
it's really bad.
It's
bad.
Really bad. I mean, dude, have you ever seen the roast of Bob Saget when Norm Macdonald purposely went up there and told bad jokes, like he bombed on purpose? That's like this. Like, it's just bad. Except for that ended up being funny because this is just brutal. And then the match was bad. You got anything on this match at all?
No, it felt like a Saturday Night's Main Event, didn't it? An older one where Hogan's not fighting your shirt. Perfect. He's fighting the genius, right?
Yeah.
It was Corbin's throwaway guy, his lackey, Drew McIntyre. Again, I'll give it this. The right guy won, but who cares? I mean, this was just a throwaway match to give Drew a W. I don't think anybody anywhere in the world gave Madcap any sort of chance.
No, I didn't even know the guy's name because whenever they come on, I turn it or fast forward. Like I didn't even know. I'm like, oh, that's Madcap Moss. I didn't even know his name.
And keep the fast forward button down because I don't want to watch McIntyre fight Corbin either. Like, I just Corbin's this happy Corbin thing.
Well, and then later in the show, Drew was having an interview backstage, and this is weird too. They attack him, so the feud's going to keep going. But then they put a chair on his head over his neck and then took like some kind of steel like girder thing, part of the set or something, and smoked it over the chair. And they're yelling and, oh, he needs help. He needs help. Now in WWE world, he will probably be back next week perfectly fine.
Right.
But you would think that is going to knock him out here for a little bit. But then he's going to come back and he's still fighting Corbin. So I don't want to see that either.
I don't know how they
there though. What are they doing there?
I don't know how they can take him off the screen if Roman's not going to be on the screen.
Right.
You're going to take Drew, your second biggest guy on SmackDown, probably,
and
off
Brock
the screen now.
And Brock,
he's on Raw now. Brock's going to he's going to their show.
You would assume.
I guess, what I can deal with it if Drew fights him in a happy Corbin in an off match at the Rumble. The Rumble can cover a lot of bad matches. That pay-per-view is not, I'm not going to say every time, it's not always been notorious for having great, these rock star matches.
Right. No, there's only been a few throughout the years. And then some years they just have bad ones. But Drew,
win
man,
for Drew.
It's a new year for Drew, and thank God, because 2021, man, what a drop off, man. I mean, and here he is starting 2022 fighting Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. What a freaking dive off a cliff for Drew, man.
Yeah.
One thing I did like. Go ahead.
That's why I had a vote for him in our awards for a fall. One of my bigger fall guys. I think he finished third or fourth in my personal one.
Yeah, no, I agree. Me too. One thing I did like about this pay-per-view, and I assume it was done because they lost a match. They lost the Roman Brock match. Lots of backstage interviews during this. They interviewed each of the 5 guys in the Fatal 5-Way. I thought all those interviews were good, and it reminded me of an old school pay-per-view where they have all these, they would always get Mean Gene in the back with whoever it was. We don't get that maybe once a night now on pay-per-view because they just do the video packages. I like that they did do these backstage segments. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, you're building your story. Your story's moving forward. You're not done telling it, and obviously the story had evolved at 6 p.m. today. Right. And yeah, I enjoyed that as well. A little bit more backstage, a little bit more stories, a little bit more stick work for the guys.
You're interviewing the coach before the game. You're talking to the guy. How you feeling, man? You're 20 minutes away from the big fight. What's up? How you feeling? I love that. I thought it was good, man. Another tag match for the Raw tag titles. RK Bro against the Street Profits. RK Bro wins this. Migos comes out. I believe they called him the Migos. Comes out with Orton and what's his name there? Riddle. I didn't see that coming. It was weird, but dude, they just come down and sit at ringside. They just sit there.
That's it.
And with chairs like this one, a computer chair, this says Migos, like a bumper sticker was stuck on. Like, who else was going to sit there? Yeah, slug seating. Yeah, it was slug seating. It looked like a bumper sticker was put. Who else was going to sit there? Like they had, that's Migos' chair. Okay, great. Anyway, anything on this match? I thought it was, other than the last match, probably the best match of the day.
The last couple weeks, Randy Orton is becoming more and more of the face, though. You're seeing him interact with the fans. He hugged Riddle when they wanted it, faked his RKO, patted him on the back on Monday Night Raw. He's going to, we may be getting our wish for Riddle. Now,
or they're screwing us.
Orton needs to throw Riddle out at the Rumble by maybe mistake, or Riddle dumps him, something at the Rumble, starts it. And then maybe on the next night or something, they drop the belts on, or I think they have Fastlane. Don't we have to do Fastlane?
Probably, yeah.
Between, I forget that the Rumble's 10 months away from the WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah, now. WrestleMania is April 3rd or something.
Yeah, and so we got to get there. So, fingers crossed, Riddle is going to be the bad guy. I hope we're excited to see that. Other than that, this was just a match. Not a bad match, but nothing exciting, nothing extraordinary. RK Bro retains their titles in a decent tag team match.
They don't have many tag teams, so I don't really want to condone splitting up tag teams because you're talking about one. I'm going to talk about another one because I would love to see Montez Ford get a push. I think that guy is great. Street Profits are great, I think, together also. But he had that move, which he has done a couple of times, where he jumped clear over the turnbuckle, over the post, does a flip to the outside. They haven't shot it well, and they've done the cut as he's flying, and it didn't look good. They kept it on that single shot. He went right by the camera and nailed those guys. That guy's sweet, man. And they win with the RK. I don't know. It looked like the 3D, like the Dudley Boys. He picked them up.
They called it a. I think they
did. They say that?
No, that was it. No, that was some other team. That was right. The other team did a 3D to win, didn't the? I think the Usos did.
They actually did do a 3D. Yes, they did.
But they also did the same thing. Almost, threw them up. They're together. I love it. They look great. Something's got to happen. And when you say breaking up, this tag team was never supposed to last, right? I mean, This is not. This is not the Hart Foundation or the Killer Bees or the Hardy Brothers or This is a tag team that you put together. They got over great, but you had always assumed this thing is going between and a match between these two gentlemen, and it's got to elevate Riddle. I mean, we have seen Orton, so let's hope.
I hope so. It's got to, man. He's got to be the heel, and more people are saying that now too. So hopefully that's the case. We mentioned the Drew interview. They then go to a Brock interview. and he steals the mic. I do like this new face Brock. I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm a guy that wanted Brock to just go away. I like the personality he's showing. For the first time in his career, he grabs the mic, pretends to be Heyman, and that's a spoiler or whatever he said. I don't know I forget what the line is. That's whatever it is. I ruined it, but he did great, man. He was. Right. I thought he was awesome.
I do too. One of the few guys, his face may be better than his heel. I mean, I'm not a big face guy. I like the heels.
Yeah,
but he's doing a good job, man.
He is.
This
shocking.
This is a Brock we haven't seen in a long time. A face Brock. So it's.
He's having fun. He's being kind of goofy and stuff. Yeah, we've not seen that. I like it. I think it's good.
And when you're that big, you can be that goof, like The Rock. I mean, who's going to tell you you're not funny? Who's going to tell you? I mean, you're 6'8", 300 plus pounds. I don't know what he is exactly, but I'm sure he's somewhere between 275 and 300. But
he's a big fella. He
certainly is.
Yeah. No, I thought that was a good interview. And then we jump into Miz and Edge. I had zero interest in this match whatsoever. And it lived up to that. This was bad. This is probably, although that one Mania match that Edge had that went forever, when his comeback at 36,
with Orton, I think, all over the building. And
that was kind of a stinker.
Not Orton. That's right. Orton. Yeah, they went all over.
This was a stinker. It just dragged and dragged and dragged. Edge comes out to the Brood entrance again. He has done that, I think, at SummerSlam or something. I can't remember. He just recently did that.
It was cool. Yeah, it was for Rollins. He dumped the blood on him. And it was, again, I wasn't big on it, but I could see how it was nostalgic. It was cool for now. Come on, let it go. It's not great when you keep doing it again. And were any of us clamoring to see Edge and Miz?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know there are a couple of Miz fans out there. They do exist, but I don't want to see him do anything. And you knew where this was going. I thought it happened sooner than I thought. You knew it was going to come to, because Maurice just showed up out of nowhere. So it's going to be Edge and his wife against Miz and his wife. That's how this match ends. Beth Phoenix comes out. She just stands at the entrance making the Edge face. Her music hits like an hour later for some reason, and then she starts coming down the aisle. It's like, did she come out early or something? Why is she? But she just stood there. Okay, now I can go. My music hit. And she goes down. It's a distraction finish. Miz was looking at her. He gets speared. 1, 2, 3. Then Beth gets in the ring. What was up with her head? What was going on there? She had a new look.
Yeah, she did.
They had like a biker coat on, and the sides of her head were shaved, and a big poof. Like
and everything. And the women stole the show. Not a good thing either. I mean, the Maurice and Beth Phoenix are the two people you're left talking about, and it's a forgettable match. Wasn't great. I'm not going to say it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. No, it wasn't that.
Slow,
I mean, it was just a match. Just a match. And I'm glad it's over. Again, just not a big one I really wanted to see. I don't know how this helps either guy. Miz is in need of a feud to win. Like, this guy seems like all he does now is lose.
Right.
Constantly. And that's why I didn't did Edge really need this win over the Miz? I mean, he's just coming off of a huge win with Seth Rollins.
I thought this, Beth would get involved because Maurice was going to cost Edge the match. And Edge can afford to lose. Okay, he gets cheated by Maurice. Well, then Beth comes out afterward or on Monday or whatever. And then, okay, here we go, Royal Rumble. These four are going to fight.
I
did not expect it. Because why do I want to see that now? Because
no, I don't.
At least if Miz would have won, it's predictable. But at least if he won, now he's got a little juice. He's got no juice now. He's got nothing.
He's nothing. And I'm with you. Edge did not need to win this match. He is already established. The Miz really needed this win on this level to keep him up at that. I mean, the way I think the WWE views him is the highest B+ guy you can get.
Right.
I mean, he's the guy. I mean that with respect. He's Razor Ramon. He's the guy you have to jump over to get to the next level. I see him sliding constantly, man, like as a C+ kind of character now. A guy like, I cannot believe this dude had the world title almost a year ago.
Yeah, like 10 months ago.
This is,
I'm with you.
Didn't need this match. I would have to say the wrong guy won this match.
Yeah, I really was shocked by that as well. I was completely shocked they gave us Beth tonight and that Miz lost.
Because then the Miz, Edge and Beth could have won up them and beat them bad in a mixed tag match at the Rumble.
Right.
And then Edge gets the Miz back. The Miz still gets his win over Edge, which catapults him, know.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Okay. The last match that we have not spoken about before the Fatal 5-Way to end it was the women's title match, Becky against Liv. This build has not been good. Liv has been very bad. Sorry to anybody that likes her. She has shown why she's not at this level this entire time. Becky wins. It looked like there could have been possibly a botched finish here. I'm not quite sure. Becky does the bookend, and she looked like she was reaching for the ropes with her feet. I noticed that right away. I was like, okay, are they going to cheat Liv again? And maybe that was just the storyline. It was supposed to be like that. But the look on her face, she looked like, oh, crap, I can't reach the ropes. Right. But she wins. Dude, the crowd, for the first time all night, they were asleep for this, dude. Asleep. Now, they did have a couple chants in there, but if they didn't chant, they were comatose.
Well, I think you put the crowd again in this one in a bad situation. We are not big Liv Morgan fans, but there are people that want to see her pushed, that want to see her used well. And on the flip side, you've got a good chunk of your audience confused on Becky Lynch. They want to cheer her, but she's a heel.
Right.
This was just not, I didn't think it was a great build. Becky has dominated this girl for over a month now, not on backstage interviews and in the ring. I'll give Liv this. I think this might have been her best match. She wrestled a match that was watchable, and that's not a Liv. And I know people think I'm probably taking a shot, but Liv Morgan's not good in that ring, man. And this was a decent match for her. I'm actually happy that the finish was botched, and I don't usually say that because she got in my eyes, got a clean win over with Liv Morgan. I don't want to see these two fight anymore. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I think Liv Morgan got a title shot way ahead of time. For all the people that were like, push her.
It's not ready.
She needed to if she needed to be pushed, it was with some other feuds first before they threw her in here. Because again, now what do you do with her?
Right.
She's already
and they
went
have
for the
a lack
title.
of women already. I mean, they got they got nobody. And now who's Becky going to fight? I mean, there's nobody else.
She's got to get 4 months to Mania.
Right. Which we assume she's going to fight Bianca again, but
you assume, but you got to keep. She's got 2 shows. She's got at least two more big fights.
Yeah,
at least you've got to get out of her.
And you do have
be Bianca.
I don't know what you do with her, but you do assume that Bayley's coming back here. And I don't know what show she's going to be on or whatnot, but you would assume she's coming back soon. There was some. Liv cries again. Like, I can't tell if that's just the way she looks, if she's nervous, or she's like, and at the end, she obviously was supposed to be crying because she lost. But I was just like, you look dumb. Like, I don't want to cheer for you if you're in there crying all the time. All the time. She's weird, man. Like, when she came down to the ring, she looked didn't look like she knew what she was doing. She looked like she was going to cry again then, as she did the first match. The screaming throughout the match, I was like, oh my gosh, quit screaming. And I also didn't like, I understand what they were doing, but the Becky, like, constantly, oh my gosh, I can't beat her. I can't beat her. Like the worried look. They were doing that 2 minutes into the match.
I know.
Like literally the match just started and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't win. And she kept doing that.
Yeah, I can't beat this girl. I beat 45 freaking times already. You know, I mean, it just didn't.
It was too much.
It was too much. Like you said, it was too early.
Yes.
I mean, had she been in it 15 minutes and maybe hit her with some good shots,
yeah,
and she's just like, this woman is on, like, she's coming hard tonight, man. I don't know what she can do to stop her. Yeah, you're right. I'm assuming we're going to get one more Becky Liv match on Raw where Liv is going to win via countout or DQ to move her. Like, somebody else will get involved, because right now you crushed Liv Morgan right now. I mean, she has just been murdered by Becky Lynch. Like I said, on the mic and in the ring. So
and she should have been, though. She should.
Yeah, I agree.
She's not on that level.
Well, that's why I don't think she should be in the ring with Becky Lynch right now.
Right.
You didn't give this girl a chance to. I mean, I don't think it's there, because I think she needs work all around. But yeah, maybe, I don't know what you do now. And like, it'll be interesting, like we said, to see what do you do with Becky? How do you get to WrestleMania?
Well, I will say this, man. They, for a pay-per-view that wasn't good and they were kind of screwed because of Roman, I am intrigued going forward now. I want to know what on earth is going on with Brock. I want to know what's going on with Roman. I do actually want to know, are they writing Drew off here for a couple of weeks? What are they doing here? I am interested in that stuff. Who does Becky fight now? Yeah.
It's not real storylines that you're interested. I mean, but
real life,
but it's real life storylines. Yeah. It's like, what the hell are they doing? You know, it's not like, whoa, is he going to join the NWO next week or like anything like that? You're not thinking that, or like, is he going to be alive to be with the NWO next week? You know, like, I mean, you know, you're like, what's going on, man? And there are so many real questions that deal with creative, that deal with building new superstars, you know, that deal with the complete WrestleMania picture.
Big E, what happens to him now? Does he slide back down the card, or is he a made man now? What happens with him? Because people are mad. They are mad that this guy kind of they think he got shortchanged, and they're mad that he took the fall. Like, people are, they're not Kofi mad, but they're mad.
You can go down the line. I mean, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, are they together now, or are we setting up a match at WrestleMania?
When they just fought like 2 years ago.
Right, Mania, 2 years ago they did. So Bobby Lashley, Big E, who's going for that title? Roman Reigns. When will this dude be back? I mean, people have been gone out with COVID for months, Ryan, in some situations. Others are back in days.
Yep.
You know, you don't know.
When if Brock stays on Raw, who now fights? If it's not The Rock, who now fights Roman? Drew is the only other guy. And he's obviously in his Corbin feud still here. So what does Roman do when he gets back? Because there ain't nobody else.
I guess we'll find out. Yeah, you're right. I mean, was this going to be were we getting Roman and Brock at WrestleMania again anyway? And they just did this and said, we're going to have to go belt for belt now. Because or was it he was going to lose anyway? The Rock's coming, so let's just get him on the other show and get him away. I don't know. Can
you imagine if The Rock was supposed to be there tonight and Roman got sick? Could you imagine if that? I don't have any idea. I might be dreaming over here, but most likely I am dreaming. But could you imagine? Hey, Rock, come on! Oh yeah, sorry, dude.
Yeah, I guess we tune in Monday to find out, man, about a little bit more. I don't think we'll have a ton of answers because remember, everything with Roman now is going to be from a shot from the hip because he was supposed to wrestle tonight. I assume he was supposed to. Yeah, I assume they were supposed to be a big part of this SmackDown, which they're not. And in likelihood, you could be rolling into a Royal Rumble with no Roman.
I mean, you could. It's a month away. I think it's at the end of the month. Is. But you know,
yeah, I don't know.
It's a lot. I will say, I am intrigued what is going to happen. I do want to watch Raw now tomorrow, or whatever day it is, Monday, and I want to see, dude, what's Brock going to do now? Was Brock going to be there? He might not even be there because he's probably wasn't scheduled to be there, obviously. And you know the way they got to pay him. You know, maybe he had some plans or something, and they got to throw some extra money at him to get him to come Monday instead of Friday. So very interesting. Anything else, Nick? And anything about the future where you think something may be going?
For a very mediocre pay-per-view with where it would just, like I said, just matches, they left us with a lot of questions. A lot of things that we need to have answered, or I think we're going to be excited to have, or looking forward to have answered. I can't promise you that we're going to be happy with all the answers we get.
I wouldn't think so.
Me neither. So fingers crossed. Let's hope that, you know, they make the best out of the situation that they are given.
Yep. That's all you can do. Things are definitely intriguing. That is for sure. Well, we appreciate you guys, man. As always, thanks for taking time to watch this.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the pay-per-view. Please please subscribe if you can. And if you got any comments about what we said, or you got any thoughts going forward, where the heck they might be going now.
Yeah, what's going on? What do you all think out there? What are we doing for Mania?
Yeah, let us know. What are we doing for the Rumble? You know, what are we doing for SmackDown?
Yeah. What are we doing for Raw? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, let us know in the comments. We appreciate it. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Ryan. Thanks for watching, everybody.
You got it. Hopefully, we can keep you entertained a little bit here in 2022. All right, take care. Good job, guys. Out. See ya.
Pleasure's all yours, Bucky boys.